Good evening. Today my guest is the first Deputy Speaker of the Seimas, the Parliament of the Republic of Lithuania, Mr. Juozas Olekas. Good evening, Mr. Olekas.
Good
Welcome
evening.
to Armenia and thanks for accepting the interview request. Lithuania has been a strong advocate for Eastern Partnership countries. So what specific initiatives can Lithuania propose to further support Armenia's European integration?
Thank you very much for your question. As you know, Lithuania was the first country who recognized Armenian independence back in 1991. And we also have the same history and same experience of the fight for independence. And in Eastern Partnership, I think Lithuania can share our expertise to Armenia, trying to build the institution, particularly independent in energy sector, in the border control, what is very important now for Armenia. And also I think it's a good tool to continue Armenia engaging on the path to the European Union is parliamentary diplomacy. What we're doing in this our visit, showing that regional cooperation between the Baltic and Nordic countries can support the Armenian aspiration.
And Mr. Olekas, how can Armenia benefit from Lithuania's experience in transitioning to a thriving democratic state?
I think we just can share what we passed, and also we can organize the different formats for our public officials and our experts visit to Armenia, or Armenian public service can visit Lithuania to have the different formats. One of very effective, I think, tool is the friendship group between Armenia and Lithuania. We have the quite active and strong group in Lithuanian parliament for relation with Armenia, people from different committees, and they can also support to implementing or trying to harmonize the legislation compared to European requirements.
And how does Lithuania view the South Caucasus region's role and also Armenia's role in broader European security frameworks?
I think this region is very important one. This region is very important one because this is the crossroad from different parts of the world, from the Asia to Europe, from the south to the north. And the stable situation in Armenia and secure situation is very important, not only for the Armenia, but for region as whole, and also for the wider place in this part of the world. But also this everything, I think, is very dependent on the Ukrainian success, how they defend the independence against the Russia brutal aggression to Ukraine.
And what forms of support can Armenia anticipate from Lithuania in advancing its cooperation with the European Union?
This is maybe the very different one. As I said, first is the sharing the expertise, but also creating the different formats of cooperation, preparing the legislation, the adaptation to the European regulation, also implementing the practical step. How we regulate, for example, the border control. We had the problem with our neighbor Belarus when the totalitarian regime of Lukashenko tried to use the migrants, we call the instrumentalization of migrants, to destroy the relation in Europe, but we closed our borders and we organized everything. How we organized, for example, the taxation. Our taxation system, I think, has worked quite well. The people can take the information what are getting and going back and digitalize this process. And this is quite acceptable for many in Lithuania, and I know that the changes going on in Armenia with some difficulties. The same the healthcare sector. That's also very important for citizens, and we have some story about the implementation of insurance system and achieve some results, and we can share that, and maybe it will be useful for Armenian too.
And how do you assess the overall bilateral relations between Lithuania and Armenia, and in what ways can our countries deepen their relations in different spheres like economy, trade, renewable energy, etc., technology?
I think it's very important that we should have the same vision. If the Armenians have the same aspiration to be a part of European Union family, I think we can share this expertise and act together and implement this aspiration in practice, and also to create, like our visit from Nordic and Baltic parliaments today shows that we can organize and create a group of supporters to dispatch to the European Union.
Also, such a question, Mr. Olekas, how do you assess the overall situation in the South Caucasus region, also in terms of Armenia's relations with its neighboring countries?
I think this is quite difficult situation indeed, and quite tangible one, because all neighboring countries, you have some historical tensions and the situation, but what the majority, I think, in Armenia now doing the parliament and the government, I have the possibility to discuss with some people on the streets that this peaceful solution of the situation is very important, and to maybe use this, but our experience, to open some borders, like it was mentioned, the peace crossroad. It's very important that we can have the possibilities, that Armenia can have the possibilities to improve the situation, to have better relations, to better economy, and this will be created new possibilities for Armenia.
Thanks for the interview, Mr. Olekas.
Thank you for inviting.
Today my guest was the first Deputy Speaker of the Seimas, the Parliament of the Republic of Lithuania, Mr. Juozas Olekas. Thanks for watching us.